Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We're going to get ready and get started with our program. My name is Dana Johnson. Pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I identify as transgender non-binary. I hold space in the county as an LGBTQIA+ commissioner, Pride Initiative co-chair, and a Coast Pride board member. We're going to first start, and we're going to give honor to the ancestors and to the land with the reading of the land acknowledgement. We honor and affirm the rights of the Ohlone people and the other indigenous peoples who call the unceded territories of the San Francisco Bay Area their traditional homeland. They represent tribes, Native American organizations, families, and indigenous nations. They are the descendants of the village sites that are seen and unseen. We pay respect to the ancestors, elders, and relatives of indigenous people for their historic and current contributions to San Mateo County, and we commit to an ongoing effort to bring about healing, inclusivity, and deeper collaborative partnership. Thank you again for being here and being in our space tonight as we do a memorial for our trans siblings that have been lost to the vicious acts of folks. I would like to first share that this event is brought to you by Collaborative of Folks and Community Partners, our planning committee that has done a lot of work to bring this to you today. If the planning committee is available and can stand, please stand at this time. We thank you all for your hard work in bringing this for community. The next thing I would like to share with you is, as we all may know, there's a lot of triggering that may go on, and this is a traumatizing time and can be a very traumatizing space for folks. And so we provided some emotional support that can really be here to support you to get through the services and in your time of need. Our emotional support helpers are volunteered mental health clinicians that are available just for you and for this evening. And if you may need some support with them, they can definitely see you and they can see you outside of this space. If we can we please have our emotional support helpers stand? They have on neon jackets. If you do need emotional support, please, again, these are the folks that you will be seeing. So again, we thank you. And as we're going into the program, we also would like to thank our viewers that are on Zoom. Thank you for being in this space as we have this program this evening for Transgender Day of Remembrance. So as we start to think in what is transgender and who is transgender, we'll kind of give like a little brief type of a breakdown of that. So when you're looking at transgender community members, understanding it's a broad term, right? Broad term of gender diverse, some gender expansive folks. Folks that may have a lot of fluidity within their gender identity. Folks that may show up as transgender non-binary, gender non-queer, gender non-conforming. Transgender is an umbrella term that can identify a lot of folks. Sometimes we use shorthand as trans. That also is identifying with transgender. Some transgender people either identify as neither nor man or woman, and some folks can identify as neither binary at all. Understanding that it is, again, a fluidity of their gender, and it's just how that person is authentically coming into the space. Understanding that how that person authentically comes to space is how they would like for you to identify them as. It's how they would like for you to refer with them in their chosen name, if that is something that they provide, or their pronouns. It's important that we understand the levels of respect to have with folks, right? It's important that we understand what inclusivity looks like. It's important that we accept people as they are. So as we are going throughout this service and throughout this evening, just again remembering that we are here because for some reason folks didn't feel that they should accept a person as their authentic self. We are here because for some reason folks thought it was okay to do a violent act to someone for authentically just being themselves. Transgender Day of Remembrance was founded in 1999 by Gwendolyn Ann Smith, a transgender woman, to memorialize the murder of transgender woman Rita Hester in Austin, Massachusetts. This was in 1999. We're now in 2023, and here we are still memorializing folks for just being their authentic self and their transgender identity. So we have had years and years and decades of this continuously violent act. We have had years and years of folks not accepting folks for who they choose to love and how they choose to authentically show up. And if you have been keeping an eye out and have a little bit of more history and understanding and knowledge of what has happened, we have had in the last 5 to 6 years, more and more of our BIPOC trans women of color who have lost their lives. And in exclusively looking at it and circling around our African-American trans women who have been taken away. Many, right, that we could probably say that is here on the altar, but some that are not even being uplifted in the space. So we want to uplift all that are here, that we do know of, that may have lost their lives, and then those that their lives are not being uplifted. But we're here for you, and we call upon them as well. We're calling upon that we can end TDOR. I'm tired of seeing our African-American trans women being murdered just because they're authentically being themselves. I think together with allies as well and accomplices, we can put a stop to this. We will put a stop to this. It must stop, and it will. This evening, our service is going to be about ways of how we can come together as a community and put a stop to this. We're going to reflect on the transgender flag. For those that may not know, blue identifying with male, pink identifying with female, white identifying with non-binary, non-conforming community members, and those that may be in transition. There's also a transgender flag that has the black stripe, identifying with African-American community members that may be within transgender or non-binary or non-conforming or genderqueer. So you're going to continue to hear our message of how we, as a community in San Mateo County, is here to put a stop to these vicious, vicious acts. We're going to now prepare for words from a faith community member. I would like to introduce a person that is also a part of our planning committee and who has worked with us now for the last 3 years. He is the main faith leader for Island United Church of Foster City and has consistently advocated for LGBTQIA+ visibility in Foster City. Please, everyone, welcome to this space, Reverend Michael.
So I am Reverend Michael Cronin, pastor at Island United Church of Foster City, United Church of Christ, and a proud member of the Peninsula Solidarity Cohort. And there are many members of our faith traditions and congregations here in this room today. And I come here today not to trigger anyone, because we realize that many faith beliefs and systems have been the impetus of the violence that has been perpetrated toward the transgender community. I am here to apologize for the perpetrations and the complicities in that. I'm here to apologize for the past, what is going on now, what is going on and will go on in the future. And we come to counter the hateful rhetoric and harmful rhetoric of the white Christian nationalists that seem to have taken hold in this country. Those voices that would seek to divide and separate and erase us. I too am a proud queer person. We come in as allies and accomplices. We come in solidarity. We come in affirmation, not just affirmation and acceptance, but celebration of all bodies. Because we are all, as we like to say, the imago Dei, the image of God. God created each of us in God's image. And I want everybody to know this. As I heard a mentor of mine once say when he came out to his mother, don't let anyone ever tell you that God doesn't love you. When we come together to pray and take action from before, in this moment, and going forward to a day when we won't have to hold this celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Michael, for your words. Thank you so much. We're now going to transition into the reading of our names of the folks that we have here and you see on this altar. Again, if there is anyone that may need that emotional support, our emotional support community has the neon vest on. Please make sure that you take care of yourself. At times, this is very triggering a space when we read the names. Can I please have those that are reading the names to please come up against this wall on the side, please? Please formulate it in the order of the names that we're going to read. As we prepare for the reading of the names, there will be some soft music that also will be played, and we will be saying the names for folks. We will have it timed, so if you're unable to read the names there and read about them, we will have space on the altar, and they'll be there so you can read about those individuals when we do our ending of our ceremony this evening. We'll be giving some time for that. So now, as we are preparing for the reading of our names, we'll go ahead and we'll show respect to those that unfortunately have lost their life this year. Derek, please start.
Jasmine Starr Mack, age 36. AC Johnson, age 27. Manuel Tehran, age 26. Maria Jose Rivera, age 22.
Unique Banks, age 21. Zashay Imani Tuitaho, 26. Kashay Henderson, age 31.
Cassia Woodland, age 18. Ashley Burton, age 37. Coco Dadal, age 35.
Benko Brown, age 24. Lakendra Andrews, age 26. Ome Gandhi, age 16. Asia Davis, age 34.
Janelle Paris Ortiz, age 29. Jacob Williamson, age 18. Pernelli Mary Mora, age 26.
Camden Ryder, age 21. Devani J. Ray Johnson, age 28. Louise Anya Diaz Castro, age 22.
Thomas Robertson, 28. All right. Alex Andreevna Sokova, age 34. Breasia Banks, age 27.
Yoko, age 30. Sherilyn Majori, age 34. Skylar Harrison Reeves, age 30. China Long, age 30.
Annie Johnson, age 30. Dominic Dupree, age 25. Lisa Love, age 35. London Price, age 26. Shandon Floyd, age 20.
If you have a candle, I'm asking at this point if everyone can please turn on their candle as we do a moment of silence and remembrance of those. We're gonna have a moment of silence for 30 seconds in support and respect for the 30 lives that were lost. Thank you. We remember the lives lost. At least 32 individuals were killed in the United States in 2023. At least 32 individuals were killed in the United States in 2022. At least 49 individuals were killed in the United States in 2021. At least 34 individuals were killed in the United States in 2020. At least 25 individuals were killed in the United States in 2019. We say at least because the numbers are very likely an underrepresentation of the number of transgender people who have been killed. It must stop. Thank you. You can turn your lights off at this time. I'm going to now bring up to you our guest speaker that we have for this evening, Kai Stowers. Kai Stowers is a scientist turned leadership and DEI consultant and coach who partners with groups to build high-performing, effective, and inclusive teams. Kai is a longtime mindfulness practitioner and coach who has personally experienced the transformation that comes with intentional development, healing, and growth work. Some of Kai's social identities include being white, queer, and transgender. He has worked and lived as a female and now navigates life as a male, giving him a unique perspective on how gender and gender bias affect people, their teams, and where we see or don't see potential. He is an International Coaching Federation professional certified coach and has a master's degree in organizational psychology and change leadership from Columbia University. And he is close to our community as he has actually did some volunteering and connecting with San Mateo County Pride Center. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and read up to the space, Kai Stowers, a good buddy of mine.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Some of the things I think a lot about in my line of work are polarization and how we move into it, which is usually through fear or feeling that our identities are under attack. And for most of us, it's much easier to move into polarization than to move out of polarization. And yet it's not impossible, and we have a lot of knowledge on how to do that. One way is to find some common ground. And sometimes it's really small, like this other person is human and they're breathing, right? That's all we can manage. And sometimes we can find more common ground. The exercise I'm going to lead you through today is a compassion practice. And whenever I say compassion, I always want to talk a little bit about it, because sometimes we've been brought up to believe that compassion is letting people walk all over ourselves, of being really nice and soft. And of course, there's a soft side of compassion. And compassion can also be really fierce. Compassion can be saying, it's not okay for you to do that. Compassion could be, if your child's about to run in the street, of course you would yell at them, right? And so each of you might think about what side of compassion it would be helpful for you to inhabit at any given time. And the exercise I'm going to lead you through is called Just Like Me. And for the allies who are in the room and over Zoom, you might think of somebody that you are connected to who's in your life, who maybe has harmful views about the trans and non-binary and gender expansive community. We know we can't change other people, but sometimes we can influence them. But when we come at them with an air of judgment and we know we're right, they're less likely to listen to us than they might otherwise be. And so this is an exercise that we can do to kind of ground ourselves in some common humanity. And for my trans and non-binary and gender expansive siblings, doing this for people who's transphobic is an advanced practice. You might want to choose someone easier to work with, just someone who's in the community with you, that maybe there's a little distance between, but not such a giant gap. So please feel free to tailor this exercise for where you are and what you need in this moment. And it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to go through it. And so just give yourself a moment to notice that you have a body. Notice how your body is doing in this moment. Perhaps there's a sense of ease. Perhaps there's tension. Perhaps there's an acceleration of the breath or heart. And just take a few full breaths in your own rhythm, expanding the chest or belly on the inhale and softening the chest and belly with each exhale. And if you're comfortable doing so, you might close your eyes. You're also welcome to have a soft gaze in front of you. Feel the weight of your body in the chair and of the weight of your feet on the floor. And allow yourself to soften around any tightness, dropping the shoulders, softening your hands, and relaxing the muscles of your face and jaw. Allow yourself to take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And as you breathe out, allow a sense of releasing any tension that you are holding in your body. And as you breathe, briefly scan through your body with your awareness, noticing any sensations or emotions, just noticing what's predominant for you. And invite a sense of spaciousness and acceptance for whatever you're experiencing right now in your body or in your emotions. Just letting them be without having to judge them as good or bad or right or wrong. And now bring someone to mind who you don't know very well, or maybe someone who seems very distant or different from you, or even someone you're in a minor conflict with. And as you bring to mind this person you may not like or know very well, just notice if you experience any shift in sensation in your body. And holding this person in mind as if they were right in front of you, say to yourself, this person has a body and a mind just like me. This person has feelings, emotions, and thoughts just like me. This person has, at some point in their life, been sad, disappointed, angry, hurt, or confused, just like me. This person has, in their life, experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering, just like me. This person has experienced moments of peace, joy, and happiness, just like me. This person wishes to have fulfilling relationships, just like me. This person wishes to be healthy and loved, just like me. Now take a moment to sense how you're feeling. And as you hold this person in your awareness, just notice, what do you experience? Now, as you hold this person in mind, send them good wishes. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they live with ease. Now, shifting your awareness back to your breath, breathing in, breathing out, reconnecting with your body, feeling present, alive, and connected right here and right now. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes. And my call to action for all the allies in the room and over Zoom tonight is have those difficult conversations, but when you do so, touch into this place of greater spaciousness, that this is a human being, no matter how deeply flawed, on the other side of that conversation, and see if that results in any shifts in the dynamic. Especially on days like this, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed and it's like there's nothing we can do. But there's many small acts that everyone in this room can do. Whether it's starting a conversation from a place of compassion and accountability, to donating to causes, especially for trans-led organizations. Do not forget the power that each of you have. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kai, for those words and that meditation. We are now coming to the end of our program here. I would like to thank everyone that is in this space today. Thank you for being in this space. I'd like to again thank all of our community partners and our planning committee. If you would like, we can stand again, just so folks can see again, those that helped bring this space together today. I'd like to thank the elected officials that may be in this space. I see for sure, District 2 Board of Supervisor, Noelia Corzo, if you would like to stand or wave your hand, that's fine. We'd like to thank the Director of BHRS, already standing, but if you don't mind, just waving your hand, Dr. J. Abbey. And then a part of our planning committee who's also here, but just want to ask for her to stand as well. The Director of Office of Diversity and Equity. Yes, don't shake your head, no, thank you. Being here. Dr. Maria. And the person that really put us and continuously made sure we kept meeting and constantly making sure things was at flow. Thank you again, Director of LGBTQ Commission, Tanya B. And again, thank you all for being here. Please have a good night. Please take care of yourself. Please get whatever you may need as you are leaving the space. We want to make sure that you get home safe. We want to make sure that you are also in a calm and affirming space and that you are feeling good. So if you do need to check in with anyone, please make sure that you do that before we are leaving this evening. If there is any restroom breaks that you have to do before you're leaving, there's two binary, a binary male, binary female restroom right outside the door, and then you make another right. And if you would like to use more of a single stall restroom, you will leave up outside of the door, go all the way to the end, make a left, you'll see the children's space. They have a single stall restroom that's children's restroom as well as a family restroom. Make sure that you see the resources that we have in the back, and then we'll have the altar up and able to be viewed until 6:30 p.m. Thank you again for having me as your MC and the time that we spent together. Thank you for being there. You have a wonderful evening. As you are leaving out, please leave your lights, your candle lights there on the table that on the altar. And if you forget to put them on the altar, I'm also getting some things to say, put them out on the registration table. So either on the altar here is fine, or outside on the registration table. Here's some additional resources if you do want to do a little bit more educating yourself on the various different trans siblings that we have lost over the years and just how you can be more of a support now. Thank you.